friends. Where it is. Okay, let me just share this really quick. Oh my God, I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Oh, it's about time. You know, all along this journey, I have obviously, people know my story. Hey, Christina. So many people know my story. Say hi in the comments. I love knowing who's here and I don't get to see. Hey, Jen. So obviously people who know my journey know that, like, wow, I was super, super, super broke and like not super healthy. And because of that, people are always curious, how did I transform so fast? So when I looked back at my numbers, a friend of mine actually posted her whole business numbers. So I was like, interesting, I should go back and look at mine. And when I looked at them, actually, let me double check what they are. They're on the sales page right now. Right, 2015 was nothing. 2016, I made 9,236, and 2017, I made 376,000, which is obviously a significant jump. Hey, Rich, right? This is a huge jump. And so people are like, well, how did you do that? But it's one thing to do it, it's another thing to know how to teach what you did. And up until now, I've been really comfortable teaching the business end and all the crap that comes up for people, but I haven't directly taught about the mindset shift that needed to happen from being the girl who felt like I'm the white trash welfare girl. I know you're not supposed to say that, but that's how I felt. That's honest, right? And then to feeling like a woman who was wealthy, who ran a business and who was, you know, on track to make $500,000 this year in the business. Right? So like, that's so different. Those are two friggin' completely different people if it comes down to thinking, right? So I haven't felt the okay internally. Hey, Michael, right? Hey, Amanda. I haven't really felt the pull internally to teach that, even though people have asked it over and over and over and over. I still felt like there was some leftover parts of me that I hadn't released that stuff and really embraced wealth, right? So I'm going to give you an example, and these will blow your mind if you pay attention. Yay, welcome Amanda. Welcome to Rags and Riches. I actually haven't even announced it yet, so there's a few people in there already and I haven't announced it. See, this is how much people want to know this. I already know that. And I knew that. Hey, cousin. My cousin Heidi's here. So I know people have been dying to know this, but I just didn't feel an integrity doing it yet because there was something left. It was like, and I'll tell you what shifted it and why I'm ready to teach this now, okay? Hey, Tina. Hey, Tina. I'm ready to teach this finally because I have shifted my perception of what being wealthy means to the nth degree. Like, I know there'll be new levels, right? Like being a multimillionaire is going to have a different mindset than what I have right now. And I know that, and it'll continue to shift and grow. But I'm going to teach you something that can change your life if you actually pay attention to this and listen, right? And the entire program, the Rags to Riches, the program everybody's talking about, that's what the principles I'm teaching you are in there. And I wish I could just teach them all right now, but I can't. I need some time with you guys to be able to do that. Okay. But this is what I can tell you. My biggest block around becoming wealthy was what I believed about wealthy people. And I heard it 100 million times. Like, well, you know, if you believe that making money is bad, then you won't make money. And I'm like, yeah. I don't think making money is bad. I want money. Like, this isn't complicated, right? Like, I don't need to do work there. Only I needed crap tons of work there, and I didn't realize that. And here's the kind of situations that, like, all of a sudden, if you start, like, I'm going to say this to you, and what's going to happen is you're going to go back into the real world, and you're going to see situations like this come up, and you're going to see them differently, okay? So what I realized, either that or this is going to trigger the crap out of you, and you're going to have all the stuff come up about what you really believe, and maybe I'll be calling your ass to more right now, or maybe you won't resonate with this and want to learn more. Either way, I'm going to share it. Okay, so we moved down here to Florida. Now, 100 things had already happened before this, but this was really the thing that made me ready to teach this program to you guys. And I did it at a stupid cheap price. It's at mandyperry.com if you already want in, right? I did it at a stupid cheap price because I know that prior to being able to understand these things, you are not available for making tons of money, and so you're not making tons of money, and I know that, so I made this really affordable for everybody. Okay, well, I moved to Florida. Here's an example of what I'm talking about, okay? Oh crap, I forgot to share this in my, I always forget. When I moved to Florida, I had a woman who was helping, like a realtor, that was helping us to build to purchase our house, right? I'm just gonna share this real quick in the groups because I always forget, and then my team reminds me. Hold on, let me just share this real quick so I don't ramble stupid things to you guys. Shared in one. There's some very strange music on my background. It sounds like aliens. Last one, and then I'll share the rest with you guys. Share on a page you manage. There we go. Okay, cool. Sorry. Okay. Hey, Diana. Oh, I'm so excited to share this with you guys. It is life-changing. Okay. So I came here. I'm like, I had been surrounding myself with more successful people. And I remember when I first learned that concept of surrounding myself with successful people, I was like, yeah, no. I was just like not doing it. Like, they're weird. I'm not like them. I'm me. They don't understand my world, blah, 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 blah. It was all those same stories, which is complete crap. But it felt so true at the time. And I wasn't ready. So I didn't. But then there came a point in my life where the people I were hanging out with, it felt like torture. Like, it just felt like not a fit, and like I couldn't tell them things that were going on in my life. Like, I couldn't share the things I was excited about or the breakthroughs because they didn't understand it. And furthermore, they didn't want to understand it. It wasn't in their world. They didn't have the drive I did, or I just felt this sense of pain in the world, right? And then I wanted to heal it. I wanted to heal my family, and I wanted to heal myself, and I wanted to take care of the people I love, and I wanted to create security for my family. And it was like just this drive inside of me, like, I will take care of them. I'm so refused to be powerless anymore, right? All the traumatic things that had happened, it was like all these people that had power over me, and then they got to do the thing to me, and then they got away with it. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? This feeling of like someone did something bad to me and they got away with it, which makes us feel kind of powerless. And then when we're stepping into trying to figure out how to be someone who feels worthy of a massive business, wild success, being seen, letting your voice, yes, Alice Ann, right? Because we're all the same. A lot of us, especially us women, have had similar experiences. So then we have all this stuff that's stuck inside, and we're trying to figure out what it means to be someone who has power. And then power scares us. And then, well, if I'm wealthy, then I have power, and who will I be? Because the people I knew that had power took advantage of me. Only we're seeing like such a small portion of the world because those are the things that stuck with us, and then we allowed those things to come in and stick with us, right? So like, that's just like a tiny little glimpse, right, of like what the mischief is. And that's the stuff I'm going to unsort for you guys in this group, okay? But what happened was I started sifting through these things and seeing them, and I started hearing comments, and all of a sudden I could just see the comments. I could just see them. I moved to Florida, and there's like an uppity part of the town where it's like, you know, there's plastic surgery, and there's like all the like face care places and all the Chanel, you know, purchases, and the really cute cafes and all that kind of stuff. And like, I was instantly drawn to it. I'm like, oh my God, I want to work at those cafes. It's so beautiful here. Like, I just liked it. There was like a buzz and a hustle there. So sure enough, I go here, and the woman that's showing us the houses, whom I still love and would love to hang out with, I think she's great, but she made this comment because this is what you hear in this culture. And then we wonder why we're stuck with money, why we're always freaking out about money, why we're scared to make money. Like, it's really no big surprise when you think about it. How many people here have experienced like freaking out about money, or having tension or fear around money, or making money, or wealth, or being seen, or where the next money's gonna come from, right? It's like, how the percentage of the population in America that has had this experience or is currently having this experience is astonishing, and it breaks my friggin' heart, right? So, I think the cleaners are here. Okay, so the comment I heard, right, Christina? Yes. Welcome to Florida, Mandy. That's really funny, Tiffany. Yes. This is not an experience that I'm available for people who are in my world to have anymore, so I'm finally teaching this, okay? So here's the deal. I come here and I hear this comment like, oh, you don't want to hang out there. That's where all the plastic people hang out. And I was like, And like, even when she said it, it still felt normal. Even all this work I had done, it still felt normal. And then it was like, something rang about it though. And then like a week later, I was getting this like sports release done on me. And it was the same comment. Oh, you don't want to hang out there. I don't even know how it came up. It was a conversation between him and my husband that had nothing to do with me. And he says to my husband like, oh, you don't want to go there. That's where those people hang out. That's where those people are, right? And I was like, what is that? Have you experienced people talking that way? Like, oh, you don't want to go like that. Those people are like that. Do you ever go like, oh, like she's got a Chanel bag and she's showing it online. Like there must be something off about her. Or, I can't believe that person's telling us how much money she makes. She's bragging. One time I even asked support from the audience, like, hey, what are you guys' favorite places to contribute money? And someone was like, oh, can you stop bragging, please? Because I was asking y'all what, and I was just like, yes, this is so deep. Like the roots are so deep in our culture for like, if you're wealthy, if you have expensive things, if you have power, you're an asshole. You're something bad. There's something wrong with you. Means you're superficial. It means you're not doing any good in the world. It means that you're taking advantage of people. It means that all these horrible things. So it only makes freaking sense. If this is and let me just say this really loud and clear, I would say religion is the number one thing that really suppresses this in people. Like money is the evil of all, is the root of all sin. No, evil is the root of all sin. Bad decisions and choosing things that are not in alignment. So if you're choosing something that's not in alignment, that would be defined evil. But if you're actually longing for more financial freedom, then backing that, how could that possibly be evil? Not backing up is lying. You're just pretending that you don't want to back up the thing that you're longing for. So why are we pretending like, no, I really don't want more money? And here's the funniest part ever. And I really am not saying this to make fun of this person, because I've said this kind of shit 274 times in my life. So many times I've said these same kind of comments. But the same person that said, oh, you don't want to hang out with those people, then said to me like, hey, Mandy, I've seen you online. I know what you kind of do. And, I'd really love some support with my business to make more money. Like, we don't even hear ourselves. We don't even hear it. We don't even see it. So like, wait, let me get this straight. You want more money, but your belief is that those people are people you don't want to be around. It really is a thing. It's a real thing. It's a real problem. And the other part of it is, if you're struggling with money in your life, if you're freaking out about finances, if you're always worried how the next thing is going to come in, I can promise you that unless you do the real work to get on the other side of this, it's not going to change. It doesn't matter how much money is coming in. When I believed that, like if I were wealthy, if I chose, it was just a year ago. I was just talking to my stepdaughter about this. Just 1 year ago, I went to buy a new car because my tax guy told me, now listen to this. This is important. It's going to help you, right? My tax guy told me, buy a car. It's a write-off for your business. You need a write-off for your business. I didn't even own a home then yet, right? So I need to purchase this car for my business. And sorry, I just got scrolled up by that comment. Okay. I wanted to, but I get scrolled up so easy. So I had to go buy a new car. It was like my first time to buy a car that like I really liked. And so I drive a Nissan Murano. I'm obsessed with the Nissan Murano. So I picked out another Nissan Murano, but I kind of went balls to the walls and I got one that was white with a tan interior, which I absolutely love. I'm still in love with this car. And my husband was like, why don't you get the Mercedes? It's like $100 more a month and you love Mercedes. Because when I see them, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And I was like, no. Like, that's flashy. That's not who I am. I don't need that. I'm perfectly content with this. And I prided myself in liking the car that was cheaper. Like, but what if I like the car that's more expensive? Like, I like what I like and it is what it is. And if I'm admitting anything else, then I'm just kidding myself and lying. And what's the point of that? What is the point of pretending you don't like what you like? And what is the work that needs to get done for you to give yourself permission to like what you like, to be who you are, to actually show up and be who you are? The other day in my business, I said something that was scary for me to say, and I posted it online, and I was like, well, some of the people are going to get triggered by this, and that's part of the growth. And so I've learned at this point, like, no, my message is my message. Who I am is who I am, and I'm going to be that person, and the people that are meant to stay with me will, and the people that aren't will fall away, and they'll find the people they're meant to learn with, and that's okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's no hard feelings, there's no nothing. It's nothing but pure love and joy, because every time we challenge ourselves and get closer to something that kind of triggers us or we're not sure about, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get more clear who you are. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that everyone I know at least wants to be more comfortable and clear in who they actually are, right? So that's just like a side note to that. It all weaves together. Being who you are and being honest about who you are and honest about what you want. In our culture, what you want is usually going to be purchased by money. Like, whether the money gives you free time for you to do the thing that will get you closer to the thing, or whether the money purchases the thing, or whether the money gives you the experience that you want to experience, or the feeling, like, it is what it is. That's money is the exchange. Back in the day, I love this. I heard this once and it made so much sense. Back in the day, it used to be cows and corn. Like, I have the cows and you have the corn. And so you're going to give me corn and then I'm going to give you some of my cows when I slaughter my cows. Like, nobody was like, no. You keep the corn. I don't deserve your corn. I'll just give you some of my cow. Like, nobody did that. And like, look at me, I'm so noble because I didn't give you, I didn't take the corn. Look how noble I am. Like, nobody did that, but somehow what has snuck into our culture and snuck into like the religious things and snuck into our lives is how I'm bad if I want money. Why? Why are you bad if you want money? right? Or like, I'm gonna be a bad mom if I do the things to create wealth for my family. Why? I can promise you, when my kids were standing in front of, in Florida, in this tropical home, I used to live in a basement apartment that didn't even have enough bedrooms for everyone, right? Like, it still breaks my heart thinking about that. The pain I was in as a mom was so intense, and I know other mothers are there. They are there. And I can promise you, when I was standing in front of the mantle this morning in our new beautiful home that is being paid with my business, right? Because you get to write off the home. And I'm standing in front of the mantle, and there's my kids, and they're getting ready to go to this huge, beautiful school that has all this ethnicity and kids and life and so much resource available to them. And they're all happy, and they have their beautiful new clothes that I didn't have to shop at Walmart for. And they feel good, and they're lit up, and this is their life. And then my daughter's going off to her gymnastics class that I get to pay for after that, and I get to pay for the other experiences that my children lights them up and gets them motivated about life. I can promise you, there is nothing evil about that, and there is nothing that is being taken away from them for them to be actually thriving, right? Like, my fear is like, yeah, but if I help them, then they're going to be entitled. It's like all these voices, it's endless around money. And maybe that's why it took me so long to be okay with actually teaching this subject, because there was a lot to work through. But now that I've done it and I'm on the other side, and now that I have the balls to say it bluntly, right? Because I know how trigger it is for people, and I've just turned a corner on this. I don't know why. I just have, like, these last few experiences, like, the thing was lifted, and like now it's just like, whew, it's like the view that I have from here is really intense. And so now it's like my heart is all in, and I am all in on helping support people to break through their money crap, because it is incredibly painful, and there is absolutely no need for it. There is no need for it, right? Even I just had a talk with a client today that was like, this and this and this feel out of alignment for me. And then I watched them shove their money stuff into it. So like, even when a client was saying to me, like, moving forward feels out of alignment in this way, and they were like trying to defend it and like making about money, it was like, let's clear the money. And there is no money story. The only question you should ask yourself, if you're trying to figure out, like, if you're ready to do this money work, the only question you should ask yourself is this something I want? Because everything else is bullshit. Not, is this something I should want? Not, will they think it's okay if I want that? Not, what will happen in the future if I want that? Do I want that? Does that feel in alignment with me getting to the vision of me that I envision myself to be? The future me that is my most lit up self, does that fall in alignment with me being that person? If it's a yes, that's the end of the story. Now your work is to do the work for you to believe you're worthy of having that, and to understand how to open up to receiving that. That's it. It's not any more complicated than that. All the rest is shit. All the rest of it is shit, right? And people come up with these like elaborate excuses and reasons and da-da-da. No. So that client that I was talking to today, the only question was, does it feel like you want this? It's funny. I do my Facebook Lives at the same time always, apparently, because my alarm always goes off to remember to pick up my daughter. It's really funny, but my husband gets her, so. Okay, does this make sense to you guys? Let me know. I'm gonna go check the chat now. I need to know if this makes sense to you, right? Yes. All right. I don't know if my team is on. I'm gonna put the link in the comments. It's mandyperry.com for this group. I just put the link in there. I'll pin it to the top. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like, yes, I hear you, and I know when you're in the thick of it, and don't you give me that crap that like, oh, it's easy for you, Mandy. Really, it's easy for me, the girl who grew up and did basically everything wrong and was abused and hurt by almost every area of my life, right? And then got cheated on, then was the mom who moved to like this ritzy town and was the only single mom there I was the youngest mom and the only mom there, and all the moms thought I was gonna steal their husbands, and I was totally fought the whole town basically. And then I was on antidepressants, anti-anxieties, drank way too much, was on and off again with my now husband because I couldn't handle relationships and intimacy, and all of that shit, and like literally grew up on welfare, and then was on welfare with my child. Like, I got free insurance and I got food stamps, like went through that phase, and you're gonna tell me this shit's easy for me? No. Don't go there in your brain. Just don't. It's just another way of getting away from actually the tension you feel about facing being seen and being supported and being successful and making money and actually having the power and the money to do the things that you feel need to be done in this world. And then learning to trust yourself that you will be that woman who does the things that you feel need to be done in the world. And then allowing yourself to go too far and like push the boundary and fall down and be like, oh, that doesn't actually feel good. Take a step back. Like, you need to give yourself permission to do this. These are all experiences that will help you grow and get to the next level. Right? All right, let me check the comments really quick. I know I'm going on a tangent. Do you see? It's just time. It is time. It is time. That's it. I'm done. I'm unavailable for the people I love and for my audience and for my community to be struggling so damn much with money. I'm done with it now. I'm just done. I'm unavailable for that shit anymore. So this is what we're doing. We're busting through. We're not doing it anymore. It's not necessary. You do not have to feel that way anymore. You don't have to freak out about money and feel like you have to choose between things anymore. It's just not necessary. It's not. But you got to be willing to do the work, and you got to take a bit of a leap of faith to trust that, like, okay, I can't really see this whole picture, how it's all going to work, but I'm going to take that leap of faith. I already am. I just have to own it. Thank you for fixing that one, Amanda. No will be bullshit. You are her. You get to choose her today. It's no time has to pass for you to choose her. It's just choosing her and then showing up, right? Literally, that's how this program came about. I set a goal, a money goal that made no sense whatsoever. There was nothing in my business that told me I would reach that goal this month. And then I took time off. I went, and instead of hustling, I went and I floated around the pool, and I got some tan, and I got a massage, and I relaxed, and I played music, and I danced all around my room, and I jammed out, and then all of a sudden these ideas were popping in my head, popping in my head, popping in my head. And I wrote them all down on the paper over there. The cleaners are doing the bed. See that right there? Those are all these ideas that came up that I got super excited about, and then one of them popped in my head and I put it out there, and 3 people already did it, and then I came up with this group and I hadn't even launched it yet and people were already buying it, and that's how it works. It's not that that was easy for you. It was, you know what wasn't easy? For me to be like, that goal feels so out of reach. I have no idea how I'm going to reach it. Okay, God, I'm in this with you. And then I released it, and then I allowed and waited for my soul to give me ideas, and then I took action on it, and all these things came up, like, well, you shouldn't do that, and you can't do that, and you're just trying to sell stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And these stories went, and I went, yep, I'm done. I'm done with you, I'm done with you, I'm done with you, no thank you, no thank you. And I stayed true, and I stayed on it, and I stayed open, and like, the money goal hit. What? Yep, I know, because I already know this, and I'll do it next time too. Next time I'll hit the next goal and be like, no, but this is the one that's too far. And it's the same bullshit, but you learn to get used to it, and you learn to see it for what it is instead of letting it overpower you. All right, now I'm really going, hold on, let me grab my drink. Because I'm raving and my throat is dry. I am done with people not having financial freedom, and I'm done with the bullshit that everyone's spinning to think that they can't. This is why this is here, do you see? We do it until. So if you're still struggling with money, it means that the journey is continuing and you haven't learned the lessons yet, and you get to surrender and accept and step into it and release. That might not make sense, but it will after you do the program. I'm going to a networking tonight, and someone said it's clicky and uppity. Oh my God. I have so much to say on clicky and uppity. What if a clique was just a bunch of people that knew who you really were and resonated with that, and that you were so open and honest about who you really are that the people that don't resonate with you leave, and that's okay? What if that's all a clique is? It's like people being honest and showing the real selves, and the people who resonate kind of migrate together, and the people that don't resonate with who you really are migrate with other people that are like who they really are, and that it's okay for you to set that standard. What if that's okay? I wish I could go off on that, but I can't. I'm only gonna give you guys so much. I'm so glad that you weren't available for that. Girlfriend, that's awesome. Money equals freedom, hell yes. Someone gave me a brand new pair of Christian Louboutin shoes, and I found out that they were fancy and expensive. My initial thought was I won't wear them because I don't want people to make judgments. Yes, that's exactly what I did with the Mercedes. And then I was like, okay, abundance is abundance. Either you believe in abundance or you don't, just like you're pregnant or you're not. So you're pregnant or you're not pregnant. You believe in abundance or you don't. So if there's full abundance, that means nothing that you take for yourself can hurt or take away from anybody else. It's just not even freaking possible, right? I'm getting goosebumps listening to this. Creating new experience of vision for yourself. Yes, Amanda. Whew. Is that what I want? And that's the only question to ask. It takes balls to do that. It takes actual balls to do that, but you have them. I've seen them. I've seen your girl balls. There's nothing wrong with enjoying beautiful things. It was just 2 years ago that on my vision board, I should take a picture of it and post it in the comments. I had a picture of this beautiful home with like flowers and like golden like cups and stuff. And I put next to it, it's okay to have beautiful things. Like beautiful is okay, or something like that. And I was really trying so hard to embrace the fact that having beautiful things didn't mean I was taking away from starving children in Africa, which now is like so insane to me that I would put those together, but I did. And yes, I felt like if I had nice things, I was shoving it in your face. Like, I'm shoving it in your face that I have nice things. And you know what, in a way, it can feel like it's shoving it in your face. Or when I tell you like, hey, we crushed a 65K month this week, it can feel like shoving it in your face, but that's on you, not me. It's on you for you to decide whether that person is setting an example of something that you can have too and being open and vulnerable about it, or if they're shoving it in your face because you're triggered because you're not freaking doing the work that you need to do. And that's on you. And I know that now, right? So like, I'm going to say it because I know that there's people out there who are looking for a mentor who is ahead of them, who will open the doors to that level and show behind the scenes and give you that level of transparency, because that's what I want from my mentors. And then you get to strive for that, because if I can do it, if the little old crazy me can do it, then anybody can do it. And that is what it is. End of story. So I put it out there, and the people that want to get triggered or think I'm shoving it in their face, then, right, that's now we're building the clique, right? The clique that everyone thinks is so bad. Because if I know that the kind of clients that I work with are the kind of clients that want the behind the scenes information on me and my business so that you can learn how to do it faster than I did. I just re-listened to your release meditation right before this, and I even saw the program Perfect Timing. Yay! Okay, so if you missed that from the beginning, I highly recommend going and listening to that, because it's all the shit that really changed my life, and I started to see things a lot differently. And it's some things that are really common that come up around us. And if we can't see it, it'll just keep ingraining itself in us, right? We don't want that shit, because it'll take you down. Take you down a notch is what I meant. Nothing can take you down. Nothing in this planet take you down. So the group is, I can't believe I'm finally doing this. 2 years I waited to bring this to you guys. 7 days, there'll be 5 line trainings, and we do it every single day because I feel like this will get you the depth of it, right? And every time I run the back-to-back, everyone's like, I love that it's back-to-back. You just gain that momentum, okay? So it's 7 days, 5 trainings in a private Facebook group. Everything's on the mandyperry.com website for it, Rags to Riches. You'll have workbooks. It'll be in a membership site for you to have forever. So if you don't want to join us in the Facebook group, it's fine too, because you'll get it in the membership site. You just log into the membership site and there it is. If you're already a client of mine, it'll just be added to your dashboard, so you have access to this one as well. Everything's recorded, everything's available permanently for you guys, and basically if you do the work, you will get the results. End of story. I'm no different than you. There's nothing different about me. There's nothing different about the other girl who did it. It's you, and you get to do this work and opt into it, and then you get the result, and that's it. End of story, right? And then obviously for the whole time of the group, you have access to me for questions in the group as well. I've never really gone over what you get in the group, ever. I like doing this. Also, it's the early bird special right now. The price will go back up soon because that's insane. It's insane that I'm giving it away at this price. It's kind of ridiculous. But I just wanted to. It felt good, right? And then you get 2 huge bonuses, so those are listed on the page as well. So I don't know when I'm going to raise the price. Tomorrow, the next day, something like that. So if you want that early bird price, get on there now. And then I'll see you guys in the group. Roger that. This was intense. I love you guys so much, and I have now become unavailable for my audience struggling with money. That's it. I'm done. And I'm gonna just nail this one and nail this one and nail this one till everyone who isn't gonna hop in is gonna go away. And because the tension will build and build, and they're just gonna go away because they can't handle the tension of facing the fact that they're still struggling with money and that there's things that they can do to change that. Or they're going to opt in and they're gonna get the results and get to the other side. And that's what's going on now. That's what it is. That's the clique that's being created. This bullshit clique mentality, right? All right, guys, I love you so much. I'll see you in the group. Bye.